Merry Christmas, everybody, and welcome back to Damien After Dark. You're watching the official Baddies Midwest After Show only right here on our channel, Damien After Dark. I'm so excited that you decided to join me for this special Christmas edition of the show, okay? Oh my God, before we begin, y'all already know what to do. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please click the subscribe button right below this video. Also press the thumbs up button and like the video. That helps me get into the YouTube algorithm. Now, I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on this week's episode of Baddies Midwest. So get in the comment section below and let me know your thoughts and opinions, okay? Last but not least, if you want to donate to the channel to help us grow and sustain to go into 2025, go into this new year with a bang, all new content, go ahead in the description box below. There are ways that you can donate, okay? Thank you guys so much for your donations. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, liking my videos. All of you that have watched me through the year, whether you're a new subscriber and maybe you just joined, or maybe you're an OG subscriber and you've been watching me since we were talking about Baddies ATL in the very beginning, okay? Thank you so much, each and every one of you. I just want to say that. Like, I wish I could individually thank each of you separately. I wish I could hug you, say thank you. I love you guys so much. I appreciate it. You guys might not think it's a big deal. It might just be like, oh, I'm watching a YouTube video, but you are supporting me, because without you, this shit is not possible. I would not be up here if I was getting 0 views a week, right? If I had nobody watching this shit, I wouldn't be here. So kudos to you. Give yourself a hand. Thank you for being here. Merry motherfucking Christmas, bitch. And yeah, let's get into it, I guess, right? So I'm trying to get into the Christmas spirit, right? I've still got so many Christmas presents to wrap. I'm sorry this video is late, y'all. Like, my goal for next year is to really get these videos out sooner. I really have a lot on my plate. I have a lot going on. My mom broke her hip, she fell and broke her hip like a month and some weeks ago. So, I've been helping her. I've been doing everything around my house. I got to keep the house together. Y'all know, a lot of you may live with someone. A lot of you may, pay half the bills or whatever, live with somebody, yada, yada, yada. I'm pretty much a single person household, so I got a lot going on and just trying to keep it all together. I've got 1,000 Christmas presents in here and in there that I have not even wrapped yet. My family's coming later and we're gonna, celebrate. So I've still got a lot to do. And on top of that, bitch, I was like, I gotta do 3 YouTube videos, right? I have to release this. I've got 2 Jocelyn Cabaret videos that need to be released as well. I'm gonna have some off time this week, so I will make sure I get those videos out. Now, let's get into this week's episode. Baby, we got a lot to talk about. I don't even know where to begin. Where do we begin? Let's see. Roelly versus Slim. Roelly versus Slim was a lot of this week's episode, right? We see Slim come back in, thinking she's cute. Hey, y'all, doing her little twerk, pulling her ass out, doing the thing that she did. And baby, Roelly, and I've said this before, Roelly uses her weight to her advantage, right? But I mean, I'm not blaming her. Shit, if I were a bigger person, if I were a fuller figured person, you use your advantage. You know what I'm saying? I'm tall. I use my height to my advantage. I got long ass arms. Is that supposed to be like a bad thing? No, right? So Roelly uses her weight against poor little Slim, because I mean, Slim is about as little as me. Okay, 150 pounds, soaking wet. And Roelly immediately charges into fucking Slim like she's a goddamn bull bitch in a china shop. And just bashes her into the motherfucking wall. Now, after she does that, I guess out of embarrassment, Slim starts twerking. And it's like, girl, you're not getting back on the show. You're not getting back on the show. Okay? I don't care how many dicks you suck. I don't care how many balls you swallow. I don't care how much nut drip from your face. Okay? You're not getting back on the show. Now, Slim said Roelly spoke of her deceased father, right? Now, y'all remember on last week's recap, I kept saying, oh, Slim, you know, you don't speak on people's children. You spoke on Roelly's son. You deserve this ass whooping. It just is what it is. Some of y'all in the comments came to me and said, well, Damien, Roelly said X, Y, and Z. Now, I don't keep my ear to the streets like y'all probably think I do. People just send me shit and then I'll talk about it. But I didn't know where the argument started. You know, we saw them have issues on Bad versus Wild. We saw them talk about their issues there. But as far as like the central theme, I didn't really know where it started. Now, I can tell you where I think it started. I can give you my honest opinion of where I think it started. And about 90% of the time, I'm right on my analyses. Okay? Run the tapes. Run the tapes. Everything I be saying, 90% of the time, it happens. But it's like, who started it? Where did this come from? Slim says you talked about my dad, my deceased father, and then Natalie chimes in and says, Slim, you talked about her son. You talked about her son. So which one was first, the son or the father? Do any of y'all know which one was first? Now, the girls, Slim and Roelly, we see them go about 3 rounds, right? They go about 3 or 4 rounds, and Roelly, for like 2 or 3 of those rounds, she wasn't really landing licks like I wanted her to land. She was more so just throwing Slim around like a motherfucking ragdoll bitch. She was dog walking, like I like to call it. But we did see her. Now, in that 4th round, she did get her. Was it 4? It was either the 3rd or the 4th round. I can't remember if they did 3 rounds or 4. But that last fight that they did, Roelly did get her by the head and was Now Biggie asks Natalie, while all this is going on, if Slim is going to be staying. And Natalie says that's going to be up to Roelly, which I thought was interesting. Now, Slim says, I've always respected you, Natalie. I've always respected you. Trying to kiss Natalie's feet, kiss the ring, kiss her ass. She's doing whatever she can to get back on this show. And speaking of her getting back on this show, let's just be real for a minute. That's why I think Roelly and Slim fell out. Roelly and Slim fell out because Roelly made it and Slim didn't. Okay? That's what that boiled down to. And Slim thought, you're supposed to take me along for the ride. I'm supposed to be there with you. You should be fighting for me more. Tell Zeus that I should be on the show. And when Roelly's star power just continued to rise, and seasons kept going on, and the checks kept getting bigger, and the veneers are coming in, and the snatched body is coming in, and the new wigs are coming in. Because let's compare season 2 looks to season 5 and 6 looks. The girls have glowed up. The checks are checking. And Roelly's probably making 6 figures a season. I could see her at least making $100,000 or more, probably more, per season to do the show. And they only film for like 4 weeks. That is some people don't make that in 10 years, 5 years, a year. And Roelly makes it in like a month, right? So I think that's where a lot of the saltiness is coming from. And listen, I don't blame Slim. We've talked about that. I don't blame Slim at all. I would want to be back on the show too, because when Slim was on the show on Baddies South, they weren't making money like they're making now. Baddies South was the little engine that could, right? Of course it was Baddies ATL, but then Baddies South really started shaking the shit up, right? And the girls made maybe $10,000 to do that season. $15,000 at most. $15,000 if you were a Natalie, or if you were an Ann Moore and you had a following, or Slim and Roelly came from One More Chance, so they'd already been on a show. $10,000, $15,000, which is some good money for you and I, but compared to what they're making now, Slim's got a hold of that. Slim has got word of that. Slim has found out, girl, you didn't hear? They making $200,000 over there on Baddies now. $150,000 over there on Baddies. You didn't know? And now she's like sitting back at home like, what the fuck? How am I missing out on this? Now Natalie says she's done with Slim. Slim's trying to get back in Natalie's good graces to get on the show. Natalie says that she's done with Slim after Slim jumped in her fight with Roelly at the Baddies South reunion. Do y'all remember that? Because on Baddies South, Natalie and Roelly fought a lot. They didn't like each other. They had issues. Everybody wasn't kissing Natalie's ass back on Baddies South because the show was not what it was. Back on Baddies South, everybody wasn't making all that money, flying on private jets. Now they're making all that. Y'all notice how they're everybody licks Natalie's ass now? They don't want to lose that. That shit, I'd be sitting in line too. Hey, Nat. Hey, sis, what you need, baby? You want me to rub your chin? Come here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to kiss Natalie's ass, but I'm going to try my best to stay in your good graces too if you're my boss and this job is paying me what it's paying me and all these benefits are what they are. Or am I right or am I right? Just don't take me to Dubai. I'm not going on the Dubai trips. That's all. And here's the act. Slim fought Natalie at the Baddies South reunion. She fought Natalie. She jumped Natalie, actually, when Roelly pounced on Natalie. We see Slim come from behind and try to jump on Natalie, too. You thought you was going to be cute. You thought you was going to be, Big Mama Don, let me jump on Natalie. The fans are going to love this. Now, you look stupid, don't you? Now, Natalie says that Slim goes to all the auditions and she keeps popping up everywhere. So let's see what she has to say. Slim to me is another Sydney star, another Anna Mac. They follow the show around everywhere and they will fuck and suck allegedly whoever they have to fuck and suck to get back on that show allegedly. Okay? Those three girls, Sydney, Anna, and motherfucking Slim. They wanted to be on the show so bad that they will literally chase the Baddies bus barefoot to get on that motherfucker. Okay? Now, and Natalie is right. Let's think about, remember when we recapped the Baddies Caribbean auditions last year? Slim was out there looking like a $3 Newport prostitute. Looking like she out there barefooted, hair all over her head. Looked like she just walked out the strip club, no makeup on. I mean, looked a fucking hot goddamn mess. You would think if you were going to try to get back on a show that you were once on, you would come back and shut the shit down. You would come back looking like a motherfucking dime piece, baby. You were looking like a rusted penny, honey. It looked like a rusty penny that's been sitting on a motherfucking train track for centuries. Like, what? Fame is addictive, I'm telling you. It's addictive. And the money that comes with it, and just to show your ass, it gets addictive for these people. They don't want to go back to the 9 to 5. Bitch. They don't want to go back to the motherfucking Burlington Coat Factory. They don't want to go back to the motherfucking IHOP or the Denny's, bitch. They want to fight on Zeus and get that check. Now, Roelly and Slim go another round. They go for another round. And Biggie is on the sidelines chiming in, saying a little shit. Now, this is what we're talking about. Somebody timestamp this. Somebody screen record this and send it to Biggie. This is what the fuck we're talking about, Biggie. Because this situation between Slim and Roelly has absolutely nothing to do with you or your baritone ass voice. So you need to stay in the corner. Stay in the corner, Biggie. Stay in the corner where you belong. Voice fucking deeper than mine. God damn it. Do your nuts hang low? Do they wobble to and fro? I won't get in trouble for that one. I don't give a fuck. Listen. If you notice, during Slim and Roelly's fight. If you notice during a lot of these fights, most of the girls sit back, they mind their business, they take it in, they watch, they observe, but Biggie's always got something to fucking say. And this is why when they smack you across those jello-filled jaws, ho, when you get jaw jacked, we're not going to feel sorry for you. We already don't feel sorry for you. And I'm going to be real with you, Biggie. I know you're not a fighter, but I think what you need, I'm going to tell you, I really think what Biggie needs is a good old-fashioned a beat down. Because you, Biggie, you are the biggest bully. You are the biggest provocateur. You are the biggest instigator. You stir the pot on the sidelines. And then when it's time to get in the motherfucking field, you tuck that long clit between your legs. You take your clit and your balls and you tuck them between your legs and run it. I'm not buying it, okay? I'm not buying it because girls like you are the reason why a lot of females don't like hanging out with other females. Just messy as all motherfucking get out. What you need is for one of these girls, Roelly. I'd like to see Roelly do it so they don't try to pull none of that, different weight classes and shit. Let's put Roelly and Biggie one-on-one, and I need Roelly to pounce on your ass. And maybe that will shut your ass up once and for all. Because the girls, this is not the first time. The girls have tried telling her, Biggie, stay out of stuff. Stop chiming in. Stop saying little shit. Stop. And I didn't write down exactly what it was that Biggie said, but she was saying something that wasn't positive. I don't remember what it was. If somebody can help me in the comments, I need to go back and watch. I usually write down stuff like that, quotes like that. But all I know, because I got Roelly and Slim go another round, and Biggie is on the sidelines chiming in. Now, let's get into Roelly. Y'all know Roelly is my favorite baddie. And if you've watched me for the entire Baddies inception, or the entire Baddies run, if you've watched me, you know that I love me some Roelly, but if there's one thing about me, I'm going to always hold you accountable. I'm with you when you're right, but I'm not going to be with you when you're wrong, okay? And Roelly, I don't respect you continuing to say, fuck your DEAD daddy. Which is, can we say, I don't want to say the word, I don't want to get flagged over here. But Roelly is continuing to say, fuck your DEAD daddy, bitch. And to me, that is so disrespectful. So disrespectful. We can be mad at people. We can fight all day long. You can say shit. You can go below the belt. But that is just like, and you have to be careful with your tongue. The tongue is so powerful. And not in that way, y'all little nasty asses. Not like that. The tongue is so powerful because you can speak shit. You know what I'm saying? You can manifest, your words can manifest into reality. And you over here saying fuck your dick, fuck you going and you don't want to speak that kind of energy into your life, Roelly. Do y'all know what I'm saying? I mean, because to me, I don't say stuff like that because I'm like, okay, I can easily wake up tomorrow with someone in my family that's passed away. You know what I'm saying? None of us are leaving this, none of us are going to be on this earth forever. We're all got to leave the earth someday. So to be saying that, I can't get down with it. I don't like it. I don't think it's cute. I don't like that Slim said something about her son either. But we need to leave children and parents out of it, living and unalive. Okay? Can we at least agree on that? Now, if you watch Slim and Roelly's fight, the problem with Slim is every time Roelly comes near her, she does this. She puts her head down. That's a problem with a lot of people when they're fighting. Keep your head up, ho. Keep your head up and use your motherfucking fist to guard your face. Do like that to don't. I'm not even a fighter like that, but I know that. Like, keep your head up, sis. Now, Slim says she's not going anywhere. She's not going anywhere. Oh, yes, you are, baby. You enjoy this cameo. Enjoy this little bit of cameo. Because the only way I could see Slim coming back next season is through the Roelly storyline, and that's tired and through. We're tired of seeing it. The only other way I can see it is if you drop them draws, sis. And I don't think Lemon Pepper wants that pastrami. Isn't that what Roelly called it? She said you had some pastrami down there. I don't think Lemon Pepper want that pastrami when he got the pick of the litter. Okay, Lemon Pepper has the pick of the litter of hoes. So I'm sure he can get any flavor any night of the week, and he ain't in the mood for pastrami. I'm sure his stomach is not feeling that. Now, Slim tries to apologize to Roelly, and Roelly says she doesn't want to hear her apology because she hates her. And this is when she says that her pussy is like pastrami. I mean, Roelly, you can tell she really has animosity towards this girl. She really does not like Slim. I don't know if there's more here to the story that we don't know. But like, it's almost like these two girls were dating or something, and Slim did some fucked up shit, like cheated on Roelly 20 times and had a baby outside of the relationship. And because you know how it is, y'all know how, like, when you with somebody that you really care about and you love, and they cheat on you, or they do something to betray you, and it hurts so fucking bad that you just say all the meanest shit that you can say, like that, like, fuck you bitch, I hate you and your pastrami pussy. Do y'all know what I mean? That's what it felt like in that moment for me. Roelly, she said she hated her, and I believe she hates her. Now, at this point, Slim is doing all she can to come back, right? She's pulling out all the stops to try and come back. She's fought Roelly for the producers, because let's just face it, that was the deal for Slim to come back. You want to come back? We want you to fight Roelly. Okay, I'll fight her. She's done that. The next thing on the list is apologizing. You know, if fighting Roelly don't work and don't get me back on the show, let me try to apologize to her to come back. But I just don't want her back. I want to hear what y'all think. Do y'all want to see Slim back? And it's not that I just hate Slim or don't like her. I don't know her to hate her or don't like her. But when it comes, I take reality TV, I take serious, because we're investing our time. We have to sit down and watch an hour of this shit a week. I don't want to see you if you don't have any substance, if you don't bring anything. And to me, Slim is a pick-me. Right? Slim is one of those girls that she's trying to portray an image. She's trying to be this tough hood street hard girl, and you're not that. Like, let's just be real. Like, I get the vibes, like, when you're around others, that you probably act and talk differently. I don't know, and I could be wrong, but it just, like, for instance, jumping Natalie when Roelly jumped in. Roelly could have handled that. You did that because you wanted to look cool. You wanted cool points. I just don't fuck with you, Slim, and I want to hear from y'all. I'm very curious to know if you would like for Slim to come back. Maybe I should run a poll on the community page and let y'all vote. But, you know, after all the fighting that Slim and Roelly did, I'm just like, Slim, baby, walk away while you can right now, while you've got 1% of your dignity left. Because after what Roelly did to you, you looked like a battered wife. I'm going to be real with you. Roelly and Slim, this whole situation looked like a husband beating his wife. Like, it did. The way she was being thrown around there, I got PTSD from my childhood, because that's how my stepdaddy used to do my mama. I'm not even trying to be funny. Roelly ends up getting up and leaving the scene. She's over it. She says, get Slim a bottle of Smirnoff and a line of Coke, and she'll sell you some pussy. Well, goddamn. That's all it takes, Slim? Because when she showed up at that Baddies Caribbean audition last year, she looked like she was straight off a bottle of Smirnoff and a line of Coke. I mean, she looked rough. Now, we see us later on in another scene. We see Roelly, Natalie, Scotty, and Jayla talking. They're talking about the whole Slim situation. Roelly says that she didn't say anything about Slim's dad other than he's not black, that he was black and white. So I'm like, Slim's dad is biracial. Slim's dad is mixed, right? Which, I mean, and to me, that makes her father black. I don't know about you guys, but especially if Slim's father is darker skinned. Slim's father could be mixed and look like me, but I don't think that's the case. I think Slim's father is probably like mine. He looks black, but my father's not mixed. My father's actually black. My father has 2 black parents. The reason why I'm so light, I believe, is because my grandfather is light skinned. My grandfather has some white in his DNA, but he's a black man. But maybe my grandfather was mixed. I don't know. I need to look into that. But apparently Slim was arguing that she could say the N. Here we go with this N-word shit again. We had to deal with it with Gretchen last season. Now we're getting back to it with Slim. Apparently Slim was saying the N-word. Somebody had a problem with her saying the N-word, and she argued that she could say it because she's black, because her dad's black. And Roelly says, the only thing I ever said about her father was, your father is not black. He's mixed. Why are people so infatuated with saying that word? I will never understand it. Like I told y'all before, my father's black. My brother is black. Half of my family, they're all black people. I've heard the N-word all my life growing up. The racial part with the ER, and I've heard it with, Nigga as slang when my black family's talking to one another or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But never in my 31 years being around that word have I ever said, I want to say it too. I want to say that. Yeah, I want to, And usually when you're around people and they say certain words or things, you get accustomed to saying those words. But for me, I've always felt like, why? What's the reasoning? And for most people, I think they feel like they're cool when they say it. Slim, Gretchen, the only reason y'all are saying it is because you want to feel cool. That's the only other reason I can think of, because it's so heavily influenced in music. They say it a lot in music. People love the rap culture, the black culture. Let's face it, people love it. They love it when it's convenient. Everybody want to be black till it's time to be black, right? That's exactly what they said on the episode last night, and that is so fucking true. Everybody want to motherfucking be down till it's time to be down. But how do y'all feel about that? I'm not as pressed on Slim saying it as I was Gretchen, because Slim has African American blood running through her veins. Gretchen did not. Gretchen was a white Puerto Rican woman. Slim is just like a Robin Dixon from Potomac. Y'all know Robin Dixon on Real Housewives of Potomac. If the average everyday citizen, if they were to pass Robin Dixon in the street, they would think she's a white woman. If you tell Robin Dixon that, she will tell you no, she's a black woman. Okay? Same goes with Nicole Richie. Nicole Richie is, she's got, even though Lionel Richie's not her biological father, Nicole Richie still has African American ancestry, African American DNA. There are a lot of people in this world, including myself, who are white passing people, but you can't erase our DNA and our ancestry. And that's always been my problem as a biracial person. I'm either too black or too white. You don't fit with white folks, you don't fit with black folks. Well, you look white, why are you wearing a do-rag? Oh, well, you're mixed and you're black, well, why do you talk like that? Well, how the fuck am I supposed to talk? You know what I'm saying? So it's difficult. being biracial, being mixed, being racially ambiguous. Um, but when it comes down to the whole N-word thing, that's just a tricky conversation, a tricky topic. I just feel like if you are not black, if you do not have any black DNA, you shouldn't be saying it. And I almost even feel like too, for me, when you're a mixed person like me and you have a black father but you look white, I almost think you shouldn't really be saying it. I'm just gonna be real with you. Now, I'm not gonna sit up here and stunt like I've never been listening to a song and I ain't said the word in my car by myself. You know, uh, listen to a rap song and the N word come across and I might say it. I'm not gonna act like I haven't, right? But that's not something that's regularly in my vocabulary. Like, I just don't say the word, and I feel like if you're mixed and you look white, that it's grounds for issues. I feel like it can cause issues, it can cause problems, because everybody ain't gonna know that you mixed or you black. Everybody don't know that. Everybody don't know that I am. I mean, a lot of people can tell, but a lot can't. So I'm not gonna go around as a mixed biracial person who looks white just saying the N-word all the time. I'm not gonna say it's just gonna create more problems for me. And I feel like why? Like, why? Do y'all know what I'm saying? I didn't mean to spend too much time on that topic, but I feel like that needed to be said. Roelly tells Slim she will never accept her apology. And I think Roelly knows if she accepts Slim's apology, Slim comes back to the show, right? Natalie says that it's up to Roelly whether if Slim comes back or not. So if she accepts this apology, Slim comes back to the show. Now, we end up seeing a scene with Summer, Big Lex, Pretty P, Jazz. They're in a room. They're all talking together. Tinkerbella comes in the room. She asks Pretty P, do you have a problem with me? And Pretty P is like, I have a problem with Diamond the Body. Because every time me and you fight, Tinka, Diamond the Body comes and punches me in the back of the head. And I'm sorry, I don't blame Pretty P on that. I don't have a problem with Diamond too. I like Diamond, but she does love to sneak. So Diamond, when you get a few more teeth knocked out your head, I'm not going to feel sorry for you. Because you do a lot of sneaking. Now, Tinkerbella says, okay, well, does anybody in this room have a problem with me? Does anybody in this room have a problem and want to fight? And I was expecting my girl Summer to speak up. Because Summer, I ain't forgot. And I don't know about y'all at home, but I ain't forgot about that way Tinkerbella walked up to you, Summer, and bitch slapped the fuck out of you in front of everybody. Tinkerbella played the fuck out of you, Summer. And Summer, you're my favorite newbie. I love you, girl. I think you are so entertaining. But I was expecting you to clock it. Okay? You should have stood on business in that moment. First of all, in that moment, you should have stood on business and stomped that hoe's ass. But we know you can't really fight. I get it. But now you got a second chance. She's come in the room and said, does anybody got a problem? That was your chance to stand up and say, yeah, I need my ones. I need that. I need that. I need my lick back. Or in the words of Razor, I need my lick back. Now we see a scene after of Biggie walking into the kitchen and she's arguing with Jaden and Alexis because apparently Jaden and Alexis had her friend there. And I don't know if something was said. I don't know what happened. But I'm just like, if I have to hear this deep ass 18-wheeler Mack truck voice again, I'm going to pull what hairs I have left out of my fucking head. Biggie, you don't run shit, Biggie. You don't run shit but your mouth. Like, shut the fuck up. I'm so sick of Biggie, y'all. I'm so sick of her. First of all, what I love is that Biggie has all this bass in her voice and all this energy and animosity, and you can be this big bully bitch to Jaden Alexis because she's smaller than you and because she ain't that loud, ain't that aggressive, ain't gonna get in your face. She's not really a fighter like that. Let's face it, you think that you can punk Jaden Alexis, and that's why you're doing what you're doing right now. I wouldn't see you talk to Tessiki like that. I wouldn't see you talk to Diamond the Body like that. I wouldn't see you talk to Tinkerbella like that. Ivory, Summer, Jazz, Big Lex, Natalie. I wouldn't see you talk to none of those girls like that, Biggie, but you do it to Jaden because you think you can punk Jaden. You're a real life pussy, Biggie. You're a walking vagina. Okay? With nuts at the bottom. You couldn't squash a motherfucking grape, Biggie. Nobody is scared of you, ho. Nobody is scared of you, ho. The fuck? Let me pop off on Jaden because she's more passive and she ain't gonna do shit. You're a pussy ass, punk ass bitch is what you are, Biggie. And I have zero respect for you. From the moment I saw you on Baddies West and Stun a Girl punked your punk ass, I ain't never liked you, ho. And then she gonna keep telling Jaden, this is my kitchen. Get out of my kitchen. You don't own shit. You don't own shit. But that clit and them balls hanging between your motherfucking leg, ho. I'm so over Biggie, y'all. If Zeus brings her back another season, I'm going to vomit. I would rather watch Anna Mac for 10 more fucking seasons than have to look at Biggie. And I've tried. Y'all can't say that I have not tried to give this girl chances. I've tried to give her chances. I've tried to give her the benefit of the doubt. I've tried to speak up when I feel like she's been bullied and they've done wrong to her. But she does this shit to herself. Let me just stop. Just stop, Damien. You're doing too much. You're doing too much. And Jaden, I need to teach you how to read, bitch. Because the way you let Biggie just talk to you any kind of way, you was not reading enough for me. You weren't reading at all. I need you to pull out a book of Hooked on Motherfucking Phonics and read that bitch for filth. I need you to start from the tippy top, from the hair on her head to them motherfucking piglets on her goddamn feet. I need you to read from head to motherfucking toe and don't take the foot off the brakes, bitch. Or don't take the foot off the gas. Now, Jayla and Slim have a sit down and they talk about everything that happened between Slim and Roelly. Jayla says in her confessional that Roelly shouldn't be giving Slim the time of the day. She says, if I was Roelly, I wouldn't be giving Slim the time of the day. But in Slim's confessional, she says that she appreciates Jayla in this moment for sitting down with her. It's so fake. Jayla, you say that Roelly shouldn't give her the time of the day. Why are you sitting down with Slim then? You're in Slim's face, kiki ha-ha, but in your confessional, Jayla, you're talking shit about her. Like, it's just so fake. That's why I've never liked Jayla. She's such a fraud to me. Jayla says that the reason all this started, she said, is the reason all this started because you was upset that Roelly made it further than you? Now, that's the real tea. That was the biggest truth that was told on this week's episode. Slim starts crying. I love her. Like, she's my sister. I have no animosity or jealousy towards her. Like, I look up to her like a big sister. I don't have any jealousy towards her. I don't believe that. I don't believe that for 1 second. And I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all real quick. I'm gonna be real with you why I think Slim is really envious of Roelly. Because Slim is used to being, when Slim is next to the fat black girl, and she's the skinny, light-skinned girl, she's used to being the chosen one. She's used to men wanting her over the Roelly types, right? She's used to society choosing her over the Roelly type of woman. She's this skinny, light-skinned, blonde girl, and she's used to getting her way, being chosen, and in her mind, they're going to want me. I am what a TV star would look like over Roelly, because Roelly and Slim kind of came like as a package deal in a way. They were on One More Chance together. People loved their friendship. Let's put them on Baddies together so we can see their friendship on Baddies. Okay? Now, when it comes down to who we're going to choose, who's going to advance, we got to fire one of them. In Slim's mind, I'm the pretty, skinny, light-skinned blonde one. Of course they're going to fire the fat black girl, not me. I hate to bring it to that, y'all, but that's what I feel. I truly feel like in Slim's mind, she's like, why her? Why her? I'm more prettier. I'm more entertaining. But that's the gag. You weren't more entertaining. Roelly was the one that had the entertaining, polarizing personality that people fell in love with. Slim, you were just the sidekick. And when it was time for you to spread your wings and fly, they were going to kick you out of the nest. You really didn't bring much. You didn't bring what Roelly brought. And to be honest, we seen 1,000 skinny, light-skinned girls on TV fighting. I think people liked the fact that Roelly was this bigger girl on TV knocking hoes out. What y'all think about that? I really think she was jealous and salty that she was not chosen for seasons 3, 4, 5, and 6 like Roelly was. And speaking of light skin and blonde and all that, that casket ready makeup you had on, Slim, and that blonde wig, burn it. No, ma'am. You looked a mess. You looked a mess. That wig looked like somebody pissed on it. That wig looked like I just took a piss on it. The color. I didn't like that color. Now, Roelly comes in with Natalie while Slim is sitting there talking to Jayla. And they sit down. Slim asks, or Jayla asks Slim, would you be willing to sit down and talk to Roelly and move on? And of course, Slim would be willing to sit down with Roelly and move on. She wants back on the show. But Roelly sits down and she says she doesn't want to move on. And she says that she's not taking accountability for something that she did not do. Roelly is adamant that she did not say anything about Slim's father, but you did this episode, Roelly. You did this episode. You may not have prior, but you did this episode, and I think you should apologize for it. If she apologizes for the whole son thing. Now, Roelly says at Bad versus Wild, that's when they should have ended things. Okay, let me take this off. I'm getting a little warm because it's actually been warm here. Like, I don't know about you guys, but it's been like in the 60s where I'm at. And I've been enjoying it. I really only wear this fur at night when I go out and stuff. Um, um, okay, so Roelly says one of the main issues that she's got, if y'all remember on Bad versus Wild, Roelly and Slim were on Bad versus Wild together, I think a couple of times, and they ended up hugging it out. They ended up squashing their beef. I think there was even a show called, or even a segment on the show called Squash the Beef or something like that. Or maybe I'm thinking of Watch What Happens Live. I think I'm thinking of Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. Anyway, Roelly and Slim squashed their beef on Bad versus Wild, which was another Zeus show, and we saw them move on. Now, Roelly says her issue comes where after the show finished taping and filming and airing, Slim went back on the internet talking shit. She says that she went on the internet and kept yakking her mouth. Then the whole Slim jumping in on Roelly and Natalie's fight on the Baddies South reunion, that gets brought up. And Roelly tells Slim, you should have never jumped in and did that. And Slim says, Natalie, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I told you I should have never done that. On some G shit. On some G shit. I should have never. Girl, on some G shit, my motherfucking ass. You are so fake, Slim. You were on Natalie's ass because you thought it was the cool thing to do. You thought it was going to be the popular thing to do. You thought the fans were going to eat it up. You thought the other baddies were going to jump on that bandwagon. And it didn't work out for you. And now look at you. Now you look stupid, don't you? And now you up here apologizing, being fake as fuck when you know you really don't like Natalie. You know you're really jealous of all of them. You know you're trying to save face to get back on the show and kiss ass to do it. I mean, she just looks so dumb. All this backpedaling. And then they bring up the footage of Slim at the Baddies Caribbean auditions looking like she's a street walking dopehead. No shade to the street walking dopeheads out there. Everybody need help. It's Christmas, okay? They bring that footage up showing Slim looking like a $3 hooker. And it shows in the footage, in the clip, we see Slim outside saying, yeah, I'm here at the Baddies Caribbean auditions. It's your girl Slim. And, you know, when I see Natalie, it's up. I got issues with you, Natalie. It's up and it's stuck. And it's like, those auditions were filmed last year. So you've had all this animosity and issues towards Natalie. Because I'm gonna tell y'all what she thought. She thought her doing that was gonna get the producers' attention, and they were gonna be like, "Oh, Slim doesn't like Natalie. Let's bring her back on the show." But it backfired on your ass, and you still didn't get on the show. So now you're taking the alternate route, which is to cry and play the victim and say you're sorry. And it don't fucking work that way. And if I was Natalie, I wouldn't have given you that. I wouldn't even let you have stepped foot back onto that motherfucking set, bitch. I would not have let you had stepped foot even into that house, that set. You would not even have gotten a call from the Zeus Network, ho. You wouldn't have made $1 off of me. Because listen, I talk a lot of shit about Natalie, but one thing we can't take from her is that she keeps a lot of you hoes employed. Along with Zeus, of course, but Natalie, brought this here, right? Now, I gotta wrap the video up. We're about at 45 minutes, 50 minutes. Let me speed it up, okay? So, we're gonna zoom through this last little bit. Natalie asked Slim if she's on any type of substance because of her behavior. Like the shade. And I feel bad for Slim because Slim says that, her father passed a couple of months before. But here's where you lost me, Slim, because I feel like you're trying to pull the sympathy card now, because I felt bad for a second, but then you said this. She said, my dad passed a couple months ago, and Natalie, you didn't even call me, and it hurt me. So she's using that as an excuse as to why she had issues with Natalie, and I don't buy that. I think you had issues with Natalie because you were trying to get back on the show. You thought it would be cute. You thought producers would like it. And now you're using this whole, oh, well, you didn't call me after my dad passed. And it's just like, girl, Natalie is not Jesus. I'm so sick of y'all holding Natalie to this standard like she's supposed to call y'all. She's supposed to pay your rent. She's supposed to come visit you on Easter and St. Patrick's Day and the 4th of July and Thanksgiving and Christmas. Like, stop. And it's like Natalie even said, she's like, I didn't even know you like that. Like, yeah, they worked together on Baddies South, but that was a working relationship, Slim. You and Natalie were not friends like that. And we've talked about it. Everybody knows. I've never worked with Natalie, and I know this. So you should know this working with Natalie. Natalie is friends to no one, and she's showed y'all that. So stop playing dumb when you get hurt by her. Natalie is not friends to any of y'all. Natalie is friends to the bread. Okay, Natalie is loyal to the motherfucking money, and in ways I don't blame her because there ain't no friends in the game. Nicki Minaj told us all that there ain't no friends in the game. When you are around people and everybody's motive is to make money, there's no intentions to have friends. So the fact that you were upset that she didn't call you, like y'all hadn't worked together in 3 or 4 seasons, Slim. Like, condolences to you with losing your father. That had to be tragic, and I can't imagine losing my mother, who is my best friend, and I have sympathy for you, and my heart goes out to you, beloved. But Baddies and Natalie Nunn is not the end all be all. Okay, I could see if Slim had just filmed Baddies Caribbean or Baddies East and her father passed and then she didn't hear anything. Okay, I could kind of see something. You know what I mean? Now, then at the end, everything I've been saying thus far is true and vindicated. Let me tell you why. She said everything I was saying about Slim and why, about her being jealous, about being on the show, her begging to be there. She says, I don't get it. Why don't I get on? She looks to Natalie and she says, Natalie, I don't get it. Why don't I get the chance to be on this season? Why? Girl. Get the fuck on. You like a goddamn gnat or a fly or a ladybug, bitch. Get the fuck on. Always in the goddamn way. You're boring, Slim. You're not that girl. You'll never be that girl, and it's okay. My fucking local Ross and TJ Maxx down the street and Ulta Beauty, they all three hiring, baby. Everybody can't be a reality star. Okay? Now, Natalie tells Slim Roelly has to make that decision. And I love that in a way. Like, Natalie can make the decision ultimately. Let's be real. Natalie can make the choice. But Natalie, I'm going to tell you the tea. Natalie don't want Slim there. Okay? And Natalie doesn't want to be the bad guy. Natalie always likes to save face. She likes to please everybody, be the people pleaser. Oh, yeah. So what's she doing? She's doing her manipulative mind tricks, mind games. She says, Natalie is saying that Roelly's got to make the decision. That way, Natalie ain't got no dirt on her hands. Her hands are clean. And Roelly can be the bad guy for not allowing Slim to come back. Right? And like I said, Natalie don't want her there anyway. Natalie also says that kids are off limits and that her loyalty lies to Roelly. Okay? Now, the girls, how do y'all feel about that, by the way? I want to hear what y'all feel, how y'all feel about Natalie saying that Roelly makes the decision whether or not Slim should come back. And if you were Roelly, would you allow Slim to come back? Now, the girls are all outside by a bonfire. They're doing a baddie bonfire barbecue. Anything they can put baddie in front of and do, bitch, they gonna motherfucking do it, okay? Now, the topic of Emma being boring gets brought up again. And I'm like, oh, I just love Karma. I love her. She's so sweet. Karma's so sweet. And she showed back up to bop Lord Farquaad bop, right in the head, okay? And so Emma's over here like, I'm not boring. What are you talking about? I'm not boring. Girl, you're boring. And had you not come in the house pouncing on Scotty the way you did, you might not be targeted like you were. But now that you've called somebody else boring, you got to show us what makes you so motherfucking spectacular and exciting. Because the only thing that I've seen about you, Emma, the only thing that I've seen us talking about you that makes you exciting is them jaws, them nut sacks in your jaws. Okay? Now, Roelly asked the newbies. She says, newbies, I want to hear from y'all who y'all think should go home. Out of all the newbies, who should go home? And Ivory says that she thinks Jazz should go home because Jazz has been a little annoying. And no shade, I could see that happening. And apparently a lot of the girls agree that Jazz does a lot of my man, my friend, I know this girl and this celebrity, and always name dropping, trying to seem like a certain way, and it gets annoying. And I'm glad they checked her on it, because sometimes people just are not self-aware of their behavior, and you need to be checked at times. Roelly asked, we already talked about that. Bad Dolly says that Pretty P could go home, in her opinion. And she says that Emma and Jazz are prettier than her. No shade, but Pretty P does look like Shirley Caesar a little bit. Somebody said that on Twitter, and I can't unsee it. Pretty P does look like Shirley Caesar. She just like she'd be in the like she'd be next to the deacon, or she'd be in the pulpit, or she'd be, y'all know what I'm saying. Now, when Dolly says that she thinks that Pretty P can go home because Emma and Jazz are prettier than her, that sets things off between those two, where they start to fight one another. They get into a fight, and baby, the way they were tearing each other up, we saw Dolly from behind just wah, 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 wah. But then we saw the sneak peek for next week where Pretty P was just barreling in that motherfucking head of Dolly's. Those two girls can scrap. We got this season, they did good with casting girls that can really fight, really scrap. They're also entertaining. They're also pretty. I really like these newbies. They got some real fighters this season. Now, next week, we see Natalie tell the girls that she needs the girls that aren't doing much to step up, a.k.a. Emma. I have a feeling Emma's going to go home, and I hope she does, because also next week, Natalie says that somebody will not be joining them going to the next city. I guess it's Survivor now, bitch. It's Big Brother. They eliminating hoes in every city. And I think what it is like every city they go to, they give everybody a shot to show what they can bring. They look at the footage, and whoever, is like fading in the background, they boot out. Because I mean, you can't just sit here and collect the check. You know what I mean? And if I had to send somebody home, it would be Emma for sure. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts. If you were sending somebody home, if you had to vote to send a baddie home, who would you send home? And also, we see next week it looks like Big Lex and Ivory will be fighting. I think it was Ivory. Big Lex and somebody. I think it was Ivory. I don't know. If y'all could tell who that was in that sneak peek, let me know in the comment section below. Listen, thank you guys so much for joining me for another Baddies Midwest After Show. I appreciate it so much from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you so much for joining me. Before you leave, please click that subscribe button, like this video, get in the comment section, leave me your thoughts and opinions. And if you want to donate, in the description box below will be some ways that you can donate using PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, and Zelle. Okay. Thank you guys so much for your support, your donations, liking the video, watching the video, sharing, commenting, subscribing, all that. Okay, I really appreciate it. I hope you have a very Merry Christmas. Well, I see you guys again for New Year's. Let's see, what is this? The 25th. The New Year's is, no, I won't see you guys for New Year's. So I will see you guys on the 29th, I guess. I'll see y'all sometime in the next week. Okay, I hope you have a very Merry Christmas. I hope you got everything that you wanted. And listen, if it's not going the way you planned, 2025 is going to be a better year. Okay, change your mind, manifest your thoughts, manifest your reality. Stay positive, stay grateful. There's something that you can be grateful for today. There's something that you could wake up for today and say, you know what, I'm grateful for this. And if you're breathing and watching this video, you've got something to be grateful for, and that is to be alive, baby. I love you guys so much. We'll see you next time on Damien After Dark. Merry Christmas. Bye.